Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
Happy holidays. Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a happy holiday.
What's up? It's Trey Harris here, wide receiver for Los Angeles Chargers, and you're tuning in to Chargers Unleashed.
Welcome to Chargers Unleashed. Dan Wolkenstein and Jake Hefner here with you from the LAFB Network. We have a very special guest with us today. Special teams demon, I'd argue, Pro Bowl snub.
No argument.
Playoff bound, Del'Shawn Phillips from your Los Angeles Chargers joins us here on Chargers Unleashed for New Year's Eve. Del'Shawn, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on. How are you?
I'm great, man. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate y'all, man.
Of course, man. Of course. We're fresh off the holiday season. We got New Year's Eve on the brink right now. 12 o'clock is a mere hours away from 2026, which is wild. Before we get into all of the stuff on the field and off the field related to the Chargers and your history, I kind of want to just ask you personally, like, how has your holiday season been? Any highlights, lowlights? Like, what was the best gift either given or received? Like, walk us into the Phillips residence here.
I'll start with the lowlights. The lowlights was obviously last game, man. That was the toughest part of my holiday season. But besides that, everything else is great, man. I spent, good quality time with my family. My parents, my daughter came out, so we had a good time. And, we opened up our gifts. We went to the beach on Christmas, which is crazy to me still. Being from Detroit, it's like freezing cold. It's snowing there right now. So for her to go to the beach on Christmas, she just had a time of her life, man. That's what makes me happy. So I'm enjoying the holiday season, man.
I love it. Now, if you don't mind me asking, low light was this past game. Was there a specific or specifics about it that like eat at you still, or the team? Like, what was it about that made it the low light?
As many plays that eat at us that we just like. It's a difference from a play where that guy's just better than you, and then it's a different place where you just beat yourself. It's a lot of plays we beat ourselves, so that's what really hurts us the most.
See, I will say, Jake, it's kind of interesting because we don't want to be homers, right? But when we watch that game, and I think most of Chargers fans who have seen that team and seen what you guys have done this year, we took away from that like, whoa, but dang, they kind of beat themselves. And it's interesting to hear the team themselves kind of feel that same way. Like, it didn't feel like I don't want to say the better team didn't win, but like, it didn't feel like you got beat. It just felt like, oh man, you one step forward, two steps back, and just little things.
I mean, that's what the game all about, man, especially this time of the year. Like, the margin of error is so small because it was week 17, but it's week 18 of the season now. It's like everybody, got their plays and their schemes down to perfection. So if you off by a little bit, that team been doing this for 25 weeks now, including like camp OTs, all this. So they right on. So you can't really slip up right now because it hurt you.
For sure. Del'Shawn, as Dan opened the show talking about it, no arguments, Pro Bowl snub, special teams ace on the Los Angeles Chargers right now. And you've really stepped into that role, especially with some changes on the special teams unit that was earlier on in the season. And I was very interested to kind of just delve into this because I know that you were asked this question in terms of what brought you to the decision to come to the Chargers in the first place. And you said it was opportunity. I'm curious to know now that after signing the contract, going through training camp, this part of the season, and recording the season that you have, what is it that you've learned about yourself and this team through this journey this year?
Personally, I learned that, like, whatever it is I say I can do it. That's something I truly believe in. Like, I just pray on it and I can go and do it. And with the team, something that I learned is, like, you see this defense on film, specifically the defense, you see the special team on film, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's a good unit. That's a hard unit. When you're actually in the mix with it and you actually, participating with these guys and learning what goes on behind the closed doors that make us that way, that's a different type of feeling. And offensively, man, I learned that 10 is special, man. 10 is special. Playing against them, it's hard, but being on the team with them, you like that even more.
What was your first moment with Justin where you were like, oh, that's different?
Brazil. It actually wasn't even the game day. It was just his preparation. Like he's so locked into the details, like knowing the game and knowing what the other team is doing, the schematics of the defense. Like before he even played the game with him, I learned that, and that's just something that I admire.
I gotta ask you, because we've seen some really good special teams players across the decades here with the Chargers. In your opinion, I haven't seen many that have led the NFL in special teams tackles for the Chargers, I'll tell you that much. What makes a great special teams player?
10 other dogs. Like that's people don't understand, man.
You're getting everybody paid.
No, really, people don't understand. Like when you got a lot of guys that's humming to the ball, and it takes like double teams off you, and it opens up the field for you to get one-on-one opportunities, and then it's just about beating the man in front of you, making the play. So, like I feel like in order to be a good special teams player, period, you gotta have other guys with you that's just as good or even better.
Jake mentioned Jim Harbaugh, and so much has been talked about for this Chargers team about the culture within this Chargers organization with Jim Harbaugh and Joe Ortiz and Jesse Minter. From your perspective, and you've had a good amount of teams you've been on, like some marquee teams. You've been with the Bills, the Ravens, the Jets, the Falcons, now the Chargers. What can you speak on for this Chargers team specifically that sets it apart or different from the teams you've been on in the past?
Yeah, like the best teams I've been on is like player led. That's how we take an account for here. Like everybody hold each other accountable in the locker room, not like the coaches are holding us accountable. The coaches are making sure we do this, that, and they're just the players, man, within ourselves. We make sure like everybody is, on task, doing what they're supposed to do, taking care of their business, and that's what helps us show, what we can do in the field.
So we've heard you talk highly about Jim Harbaugh in the past. You got to work with his brother as well. So you've played with both Harbaughs. Are there any massive similarities or differences between the two or between the two organizations, Chargers versus Ravens, and just how they've operated?
I say the only difference from the coaches are the age, man. It's just the age. It's kind of ran the same. Coaches both hard-fought. Coaches both, demand accountability, demand, the standard is here and there's no wavering from that standard. They're really the same coach. Like, their principles and morals are the same, but their value, you can tell it's the same thing.
Now, one question I've been kind of dying to ask. This Chargers season, 2025, almost 2026 now, it felt like it's been a roller coaster for fans, for sure, watching all of the highs and the lows with like the crazy victories and the bone-crushing defeats and the injuries and just all the things. And somehow, and I find it miraculous, like this team has overcome all of it, right? The adversity's been crazy, but overcome all of it, got 11 wins and counting. And as unfortunate as the loss to Houston was, it's like y'all still got 11 wins. Y'all still are already in the playoffs with 2 weeks to spare. Like you got stuff in the bag. What are some of just like the moments of this season that you will never forget? I know it's just getting started, but so far, what are some of those moments that stick out to you?
One of the most memorable moments for me is that Giants game. Because the Giants game and then the aftermath of the Giants game. Like, obviously, we was undefeated going to that game, supposedly supposed to win that game. But that game just brought light into it. Like, none of that matters when you line up on game day. Like, we're all in that field. We all anybody can win that game. And that's something that, helped us throughout the season because then we realized, like, I feel like we already realized it, but even put more, like, emphasis on it. Like, anybody can win. So, like, you got to put your best foot forward every game, every practice, if you can lose the game, I believe you can lose the game on Wednesday and Thursday. You can lose the game if you don't practice right or prepare right on them days. Them are like days you install the most and get the most out of work. So if you don't prepare on them days, you already lost Sunday. So I feel like that's something that I just keep on my mind. Prepare right, practice right. Because I know that feeling. And then I feel like throughout the season, we've been through, like you said, we've been through so much up and downs that it's like we're built for the playoffs now. We didn't experience so much. We didn't experience so many highs, so many lows. It's not like we've just been winning every game. We don't even know what defeat feel like. So it's like, we didn't won big games, lost big games. We know the feeling. We know what it takes in order to win them big games. It was like it's a curse and a blessing at the same time. A curse during it kind of hurt our record in our seeding during the regular season, but it's a blessing for the playoffs because we've experienced so much together.
Take me into the linebacker room for just a second, because as Dan mentioned, you've played on some really talented teams with a really good group as far as defensive players goes. What's the relationship been like that you have been able to build with the Denzel Perrymans, the Deion Henleys, the Troy Dyes of that linebacker room? What has that been like?
I love them boys, man. Them Marlo Wax, Imani Jr. We got a close, tight-knit relationship, man. We all love each other. We all appreciate each other. We go out to dinner with each other. Like, they're my guys, man. I know I could call on them for anything and vice versa, man. We got a great relationship.
That's great. And, as we've been talking about the Pro Bowl snubs and the mark that you have made on special teams, I think we need to be specific as far as the short list that you have put yourself on, because there are very few players in the NFL in the last 25 years that have put up 20 plus tackles on special teams in a single season. It's a very, very short list. And I'm not sure if you happen to run back the Dallas Cowboy game and listen to the commentary on there, where Aikman kept saying that Kevontae Turpin is sick and tired of seeing Del'Shawn Phillips on these kickoffs, literally every single time, because you were the first guy there to meet him. But what's helped motivate you this season to have the season that you had? How has Coach Fitkin helped you as a player?
Yeah, Coach Fick he a great coach, man. He know how to put us in position to win. He get his guys, isolated. He kicked to certain directions and, work games that way to get, the open space, get guys open space with the returner one-on-one. And we got to appreciate Fick, man. He do a lot for us. And personally, what motivates me, man, is just, like I said earlier, like knowing what I can do and showing what I can do, because it's a big difference. Like, I'm not really proving to nobody else what I can do. I'm trying to just prove to myself, like, what I say I can do. I tell myself I can do something. Like, I want to prove to myself that I can do it. Like, I just pray and work on it and work on it and work on it and pray. And when I go on Sundays, I'll try to do what I say I'm going to do.
Now, we've seen I mentioned before, like some really good special teams players here with the Chargers. Like, I remember Kasim Osgood back in the day. We've got, clearly Austin Eckler made his name in special teams. You've got Dean Leonard that has been an absolute demon on special teams, yourself included. Like, what is that like to transition from special teams? And now last week and then this coming week, I'm assuming we're going to see a good run from you with the starting defense. Like, what is that transition like, going from just special teams duties to special teams plus on game days?
It's really just changing your mindset. It's really just schematic wise, because like the way I play, the way I run to the ball, the physicality I try to bring to the game, that'll never change, whether I'm on special teams, defense, whatever it is. Like, that's just who I am. That's just what I like to bring. And then it's just like special teams more so winning your one-on-one battle for the most part. Defense is kind of just understanding the scheme of the whole defense and what they're trying to do, what defense you win, what is your job to stop. And then after that, it's basically special teams play. When the ball is thrown or the ball is handed off, you get to the ball carrier with violent intentions.
We've got one more game in the regular season, and obviously we know the context of who's going to be playing, who's not going to be playing, kind of just the whole setup as far as you guys being able to control your destiny, what's available for you, not necessarily knowing who you're going to be playing yet here in the next 2 weeks. But what's I know you mentioned kind of the best blessing and curse as far as going through some of those ebbs and flows, those up and downs that prepare you for times like this. With the playoffs right around the corner, and I know we don't necessarily kind of skip ahead as it relates to the Denver game, taking one game at a time. But as we're getting closer to that part of the season, just given all the elements that are at play, your guys' mindset in the locker room, Coach Harbaugh's mindset, is there been any different or additional aspects of preparation that he's kind of been going through as far as getting ready for the game here in the next 2 weeks?
No, nothing different. We got to just our whole mindset this week is to focus on Denver, like beating Denver. That's our only goal this week. And then next week, whoever's on the schedule is going to be to focus on beating them. Like right now, at this time of the year, it's like we treat this like a playoff game, because like to prepare us for the next game. We have one season games right now. Like every game is your season. And that's the mindset we in right now. We don't want to look too far ahead or look on to what's next. We want to be able to like put 100% of our preparation into going into our next game, and then the next game after that, and so on, so on. If we just keep conquering that week by week, look up, be in the Super Bowl, God willing.
Now, I have to say, I really love your perspective, and I feel like your answers are thoughtful, because it's not just like, you know, the ho-hum answers and XYZ, then we're out of here. So I want to kind of take this moment to maybe kind of peek under the curtains a little bit, or behind the curtains, under the hood, if you will. And I don't know if this is like opening up old wounds, but that loss last year to Houston in the playoffs, or previously to Jacksonville, how much of that is discussed, or is fuel, or is part of this current team and the mindset going into this season's playoffs? Like, do people care about Pro Bowls? Do we care about previous history with teams? Like, or like, what is the mindset? Like, how do you compartmentalize or not compartmentalize all that?
I will say this team is strictly focused on Super Bowl, man. Like, the Pro Bowl came out, the Pro Bowl guys, the alternates, like coach explained this to them. It was a bunch of congratulations going on, and it was washed. Let's go. We don't want to go there. Congratulations, but we got bigger goals in mind. That's been a whole focus. Like, I haven't even heard anything else about the Pro Bowl since like the team meeting about it. Like, we focused on one goal, and that's it. And the losses definitely hurt us, because people definitely still talk about them, and that's good, because like I said earlier, the pain you feel at the tough loss, man, especially a playoff loss, like, especially when it's in your control, that's something you'll do whatever not to feel no more, and that's what this team do.
What's the vibe in the locker room like right now? Like, it feels like outside, and we're wrapping up here with Del'Shawn Phillips, which is amazing that we got you here before playoff time, which is awesome. What I feel like a lot of teams, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's a rallying cry that a lot of teams have. Like, you know, whether it's like, oh, do it for Justin, or do it for Jim, or, you know, do it for Rashawn and Joe, or, you know, whatever it is. Like, what is this team's rallying cry, or what are like the whys for this team? Like, why are you setting out for a Super Bowl? Like, who's it for?
It's for us. And it's the reason I say it's for us, because we all know we got something special. We don't want to let it go to waste. That's like the goal. That's like what's preached. Like, we feel like we got to, specifically, I know in our meeting rooms on defensive special teams, we feel like we got something very good in them rooms, and we can use that to our advantage and take it to as far as we want to go. Like, it's on us. We feel like on defense, if they don't score, we can't be beat if they don't score. It's just like how the game go. I don't think a team ever won a game and nothing was 0 points. Like, you know, so that's just what we believe in. We don't want to waste this opportunity and this chance that we got, you know, with this group we got right here. And that's our rally cry. That's what makes us go.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because I know that defense has been just a really big, let's call it, you can call it the crutch. You can kind of call it maybe the driving force, especially over the last few weeks, especially since that Jacksonville loss. But as you kind of said there, it's like nobody feels in that locker room that you guys are beatable the way that you guys play defense. So with Coach Minter, with everybody that's playing the way that they're playing, we have seen a much more physical defense out of you guys since that Jacksonville loss, coming off the bye week. I know that it's not necessarily to say a standpoint that say, okay, we went back to the drawing board and then things clicked and we kind of changed, you know, certain things that we did, or we tweaked things here, because essentially, like, you guys have been playing like this for a majority of the season, but it seems like it's faster. It's been more physical over the last few weeks. Was there any internal discussions in the locker room, especially just coming off that bye week, that really kind of carried the flag? Because it really seems like you guys have set the tone on even both sides of the ball to say, we're going to stop them, we're going to give you guys another opportunity, or if it need be, we're just going to come out and end the game ourselves. So what's been that whole just conversation that has carried you guys over the last few weeks?
It was really the feeling after that Jacksonville loss, man. Like, even a plane ride home, got back to the locker room and talked to the locker room, like, nah, F that, not going through that no more. Like, no matter how locked in you think you is, do more. No matter how much you study more. Think you working out hard, not work out harder. Like, everybody came, like I said, it's a like close defense, man. We together, like, we meet players only, discuss our, internal problems, get it together, fix things. And we really believe, like, no matter what we think we're doing, if we want to take that next step, we got to do more. And then once you take that step, do some more. And that's what we all believe in. Like I said, we don't want to waste our chance.
Clearly, Super Bowl goals on the mind for Del'Shawn Phillips and this Los Angeles Chargers team. Del'Shawn, thank you for doing this, man. I appreciate you coming on and kind of sharing a few minutes as we wrap up 2025. I got to say, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, like all Chargers fan want for any of it is a Super Bowl, obviously. But we'll start with a playoff victory in 2026. That sounds wonderful. Again, like you said, one game at a time. Looking back on 2025, best memory for you was what?
Best memory. It was about 6 days ago, December 25th. I woke my baby up on Christmas Day. She woke up, and before she went to open the gift, she said, "Daddy, can we go to the beach first?" And the smile on her face, that's my best memory.
Chill.
That's great.
Happy for you, man. Del'Shawn, that's incredible. Anything you want to say to the Bull fam before we get you out of here?
Anything I want to say? Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate y'all, man. God bless.
Del'Shawn, thank you so much for coming on. Best of luck to you this coming week against the Broncos and, of course, in the playoffs. Happy 2026 in advance, and thank you so much for hopping on. We'll talk to you soon, all right?
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Del'Shawn.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening. Happy holidays! Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy Holiday.